We're going to be talking about Newcastle. Very quick video for you, everyone. How he's doing? He's all right. Sorry, this video is out at after clock. Been doing a couple of videos with a couple of other Chelsea fan channels. So we're talking about Chelsea. And we're going to be talking about Newcastle. So, Newcastle, obviously, the two games that we've had, great display. I thought it was a good display against Spurs. Unfortunately, didn't come away with anything. And a dreadful, we were down Cardiff last week, a dreadful performance against Cardiff. Defensively great, going forward didn't offer anything. And I think it's time for change. Later on in the week we'll be doing, of course, our predicted starting 11. But I think there's got to be changes made for Newcastle. We know that we're forced into a change with Kennedy being out. He's ineligible to play. I know he's got away with his ban, which is he's lucky, and referee had a stinker on the last weekend. But it depends who you go with. Would you rather have Christian Atsu in that left wing position? Would you rather have Jacob Murphy? Or would you switch Matt Ritchie to the left to try and get Azpilicueta and maybe bring in Atsu or Murphy on the other side? So there's the first thing. I think DeAndre Yedlin will probably make it. I think he will start. I think that's set in stone. We knew last week that we had 4 right backs, which was a joke itself. Having Hayden come on going crazy. Mankiw went off injured. Richie had a little spell there. Jacob Murphy had a spell there. So I think Yedlin's not the greatest defender, but by God, he's some distance. We're best right back by quite a big distance. There is talk that, people shouting on for Jamie Sterry. Had a great game at the under-23s, another game that we were at. He was sensational in the 5-0 win over Sunderland. And I think there is a couple of people shouting on for Key to come in that midfield, but you can't drop Jonjo Shelvey for me. And if you're having 2 ball playing midfielders, who's going to give you that bite? So I can't see that happening. I think it will be Diarmi, and I think there's got to be a change up top. I think you've got to have Rondon at least come in. I would like to see Moto come in as well, but I think it will be Rondon. I think Rondon's so much more mobile. He can actually beat his man. He can turn and beat his man, and I don't think Chelsea, especially David Luiz and Rudiger, will want to play against that. They'll be quite happy to play against Hoslu, back to goal all the time, trying to win flick-ons. They'll love that. And there is questions, do you go for Moto? I would like to see him. If he starts left wing, I wouldn't be too alarmed with that. He doesn't normally play there, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't be against it if Kennedy comes out, which we know that's happening, and Moto comes in. However, I would personally like to see that. I would like to see Moto coming in at that number 10 for Ayuso Perez. I think Ayuso Perez cannot be guaranteed a start. I know he works hard, and we'll say that every game, blah, 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 blah. But for me, Perez needs a bit of threat. Last season, he didn't have it. In a big chunk of the season, he didn't perform up until probably late January. Then he got his form back in and started scoring goals. How we'll set up, I think, will be safe. I don't think it'll be pretty comfortable, a 3-0 win, like we did at the end of May. I can't see that happening. I think Maurizio Sarri will set his team up to try and attack us. They'll have more the ball. They'll have a lot more chances. It's what we do in that final third is going to win us, draw us, or lose us the game. We have to put our chances away, and it'll only be 2, 3, 4 chances that we'll have, genuine chances in around that box, and one of them has to go in that back of net. We've got to take it. Dwight Gale missed loads last year. Chelsea could have 7, 8, 9 chances, so we have to put one of our chances away. I don't think we'll play on the counter. A lot of Chelsea fans think that we are. I'm going to disagree with that. I think we'll have less possession, but I don't think that Newcastle won't be afraid to have a go. You've seen it against Spurs. Spurs did not deserve to win that. Are Chelsea any much better than Spurs? Probably, maybe slightly, if I'm being favouritism towards Chelsea. But for me, I think you've got to go and play it their game, and like I say, you've got to put one of their chances away, and hopefully we're freshened up with a couple of fresh faces, 3 or 4. Kennedy obviously being out is a hopefully it doesn't affect us too much, because I'm expecting Chelsea beyond Jonjo Shelvey to try and stop his play, and then if you take him out of the equation, we are struggling with a bit of creativity, and that's why I think Moto coming in is ideal for that number 10, just to bring us a bit of a spark. But let me know what you lot think. What would you have? How would you line up? Would you be cautious? Would you throw it at the wind? Would you be conscious of Chelsea going in behind if we are going bombing forward? For me, I would take a draw if you're offering it right now, and people might say, no, you want to win at home, but if you're offering it right now, I'll run with it and take a point, because we know there's bigger fish to fry later on the season. Let us know. Ta-da. Bye-bye.